the couch being bored as hell. Ugh, there's nothing to do, I whined. I wish Iggy was here, but no, he has to work. This morning he received a call from his boss. I wonder what it was all about. It must have been urgent since he immediately jumped up to grab his jacket and be on his merry way before I could even ask what the bloody hell was going on. I just don't hope he's in any trouble, or that something bad happened. I wondered as I stared up at the white ceiling above me. You know what? That's it. I angrily said as I couldn't find a single comfortable position to sit or lay on the couch. So I got up. Isn't there something nice to do nearby or something? I need to take my mind off those bad thoughts, I decided. Well, since I'm in London, I might go sightseeing for a bit. But where should I go? I've seen the Big Ben like 1,000 times. Same goes for the London Eye, London Dungeon and the Harry Potter Museum. It's then that I remembered that the Queen would ride through town today. And this time people are allowed to take some pictures of her and the Royal Guards. I might as well go there. It's rare that the Queen allows it to take photos. I grabbed my camera and headed out as well. Time skip. I arrived at the Buckingham Palace. A whole crowd of people stood around the gates and watched in amazement as the Queen's carriage rides by and the guards marching behind as well as a few who stood in front of the gates, not moving a single muscle no matter what. This might help me to pass some time. I looked around in the crowd and on the street. Here she comes, I thought. I took my camera and searched for a nice spot to snap a picture. I zoomed in with the lens and aimed it at the Queen as she waved with a kind smile upon her face, and so I had taken a few pictures. Alright, now it's time for the guards to start and some. I pulled the camera in front of my eyes again. Say cheese, I thought. This brought a smile to my face. Just imagine that. All those men would suddenly turn to look at you and pull a silly face and say cheese. I giggled. That would be so funny. Yeah, these photographs are nice, but I'm not done just yet. I want to take another few, especially from the ones close to the gate. So I moved my camera into their direction. It's then that my eye color eyes widened. Is that? I pulled away and blinked a few times. No way, that can't be, that's impossible, that guy just looks like him. I shook my head and looked through the lens again, but this time I was sure of it. I could recognize that blonde messy hair and those thick eyebrows everywhere. What the hell? I snapped a few photos and decided to wait until the crowd would be gone. 20 royal minute time skip. Looks like I can step up to him. As I approached the Brit, he seemed to notice me. So this was what the urgent call was, I suppose. I giggled at how cute he looked in the red uniform, together with the large hat that comes with it. Oh, I see, you're not supposed to move nor talk. Well, that's a shame. His green orbs were just staring back into mine, wishing he could talk. You look very adorable, you know. I glanced at a kiss on his cheek. This caused his face to grow all red, just like one of Spain's tomatoes. His normal tsundere expression turned into a rather goofy smile / slightly annoyed face. This is priceless. I quickly took a picture. I could see the hesitation in his eyes. He wants to move, I thought. I thought you weren't supposed to move a muscle. That includes your face, Mr. Kirkham. He broke and started to run towards me. I don't care. Your name, I want you to delete those pictures at once. You have to catch me for that. I grinned as I ran away from him. The rest of the people that remained around the palace stared in shock at the red-faced Englishman, as they wondered what on earth I could have done to make a royal guard move since it's an impossible mission to succeed in. After a long time of running, I came back home. I quickly opened the door and got in. Man, he's so fast, I panted. And not much later, he started to bang on the door. Your name, this isn't funny, let me in. Nope, I'm not letting you in. Your name, last name, open the door at once. He started to bonk harder. Sorry, can't do that. Brenton grew annoyed, but gave up after a while. Is he even still there? I opened the door, only to find him standing straight in the same position as the palace, with the gun in hand. So, you're giving up? Don't you want to talk with me anymore? Are you cross with me? Actually, love, I'm still on duty. I got orders to protect the Queen, and that's what I'm doing right now, protecting my Queen. Aw, that's so sweet of you, Iggy. But seriously, delete those pictures, love. I will, everything for my royal guard. I smiled and kissed him on the lips this time, and again his features became a nice pink color as he smiled back at me. You're bad at this. Yes, I know.